Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome, one, welcome all. We're so happy to have you guys joining us this evening or this morning, depending on where you're tuned in from or even afternoon. So, welcome, hello, hello. Welcome to all returning viewer, listener, subscriber. Welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do that in a respectful way, so we do not belittle anyone, we do not bash anyone, we do not disrespect or defame anyone. We keep it real and respectful. So, for this evening, we are going to St. Mary. No, I know St. Mary may come from, but we're going to St. Mary. Ovi, how are you doing? Welcome. All right,
I am
I'm not.
here and
Okay,
doing
go ahead.
well. I was muted. So, yeah, thanks for having me again. Hello to everyone who is out there in the chat. Remember to support us as best as possible, share in the chat so we can always keep this communication going well. So you said that you're not from St. Mary. I am not from St. Mary either, but Capleton is a good artist that have some songs that I definitely like. If you're from St. Anne's, guys, let us know in the chat.
You mean St. Mary? How come you're mixing up St. Anne's with St. Mary? Talk to them,
Why
Ovi.
me I
Talk
mix
to
up?
them.
Why me I mix up St. Mary artists? I must be really tired. Yeah, St. Mary, man. St. Mary, my bad. So if you're from St. Mary in any at all, please let me know in the chat. Let me know what your politicians are doing in your neck of the woods. Are you seeing the changes there? And let us know what is happening. We really appreciate you sharing in the chat.
I don't know why Ovi don't want to talk to you guys. So, guys, I'm just trying to get this live sent out. So, please remember to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. If you're here in the chat, come on, comment in the chat. Let us know where you're tuned in from and the
Well,
constituency you're associated with. Over to you, Ovi. I'm not going to stop you
no,
now.
no problem, no problem. I didn't know you wanted me to just go talk. I don't think they like hearing me as much as they like hearing you. And especially when you draw off your tune. I ever know what that where you come from. All right. So going in the chat, big up yourself, Davian. Davian is here with us again, and he said, "Good evening. I'll only be for she will stay going to be here for a short period tonight. No problem, Davian. We're still happy to have you here for whatever time you can stay. And Marva is here. He's the good night host of the show. Special good night to you, to Marva. How are you doing? Hope that we're happy that you could have joined us again. Caught on camera is here too. Omar Noel all the way. All right. So the chat is lighting up. Persons are chipping in, and we are definitely happy to have you here. So once you're here and you come in, we're going to recognize you. Thank you, guys. And you know what? These names are coming back over. And that gives us a vibe, that's why if you guys
For
keep coming
sure.
back, we must be doing something that is good on this side. So, guys, we totally appreciate you guys here and, just continue to stick and stay here with us.
For sure. So, guys, if you're ready, type ready in the chat and let us go into St. Mary. So, type ready and let us go. All right, David, I see you there. So, come on, guys, type ready and let us go. St. Mary. All right, we're ready for you. Are you ready for us? All right, and Marva, welcome. Happy to have you here again as well. All right, so come on, guys, type ready. We need to keep it very interactive. All right, Caught on camera is ready, and so are we. Let's go. So, in the context of St. Mary, we have three constituencies or seats. So, we have St. Mary Western, and we have St. Mary Central, and St. Mary Southeastern. All right, and ready like Freddy? All right, Davian, let's keep going. So, in the context of St. Mary Western, we have the following electoral divisions. All right, so we have here Retreat, Boscobel, Aracabessa, Gale, and Curran Hall. All right, so those are the electoral divisions that are there in St. Mary Western. Now to your candidates. The candidates are Robert Montague from the Jamaica Labour Party, and we have Omar Woodbine of the People's National Party. So, Mr. Montague and Mr. Woodbine. Over to you, Avi.
All right, thank you so much. So we are looking at what happened here in the 2007 elections, and you can see that, the JLP took most of those electoral divisions, and, quite strongly as well. They did really well. The Boscobel division was a bit close, but all the others, and also Retreat, but, JLP doing pretty well in that one, winning by almost 1,000 votes there. So let us see how things progress in the other elections coming up.
All right, so in the context of 2011, this one was pretty close, but it was the PNP taking this win. The JLP, they won two of the divisions, so Karen Hall and Gale. The PNP, they took Arakabessa, Boscobel, and Retreat. But we see Boscobel there pretty close. Likewise, Retreat. So I guess the big difference for the PMP came with Arakabessa. All right, so we'll just move on to 2016. Over to you, Ovi.
In 2016, there was a landslide in terms of the win. The JLP's Robert Montague taking all the divisions there and, winning that election by almost, well, over 3,000 votes. So a commanding win there. And his popularity and, voters turned out really well in the 2016 election.
Well, I guess close to 3,000 votes here. I don't think we're quite over 3,000. If my maths is maths in there, Ovi, you tell me.
And that's over 3,000, but I won't debate that with
We're not debating. Let's move on. Let's move on. So, guys, all right. So, over 3,000. I see. Let's go. All right. So, in the context of 2020, all right, we have another similar story, but this time a new candidate for the PNP. All right, and Montague, they're taking all the electoral divisions, and I guess Ovi will say over 3,000 votes. So, Ovi, are there any additions to this one?
Just want to say that, Robert Montague has, as they say, Robert Bobby Montague has, established himself in this constituency and is continuing to do well for the last couple of elections. And that's, critical going forward.
All right, fantastic. So in the context of the percentages, we have here 60.6% for the JLP and 39.4% for the PNP. All right, so in the context of St. Mary Western, who can vote? So we have 40,403 people who are eligible to vote in this election next week. All right, so we encourage you to go and vote for your candidate of choice. Now to the big question, who will win? Let us know in the chat. We're just going to take perhaps two quick short calls for this one. So we're just going to open the phone line and we'll take perhaps one or two quick short calls. I mean short, really short, under 2 minutes. So the WhatsApp number is in the chat. If you're calling us, please ensure that you put your feed on mute. All right. So the WhatsApp number there is at the top of the chat. It's WhatsApp only call. Put your feed on mute and remember we keep it real and respectful. We don't disrespect anyone. We don't belittle anyone. It doesn't matter if it's PNP or JLP. All right, we keep it real and respectful. Marlon Brown, welcome. And Marlon is saying time come. I see you there in the chat. So, all right. So, who is going to win this one? Let us know in the chat. All right, let us know. And if you have not yet hit the like button, you need to vote for us. All right, so vote for us by hitting the like button and the subscription button. All right, and let's continue to grow stronger together. So I'm seeing here, not for this seat. We didn't go for this seat, carton camera. All right, based on the process that we're using, we that was not triggered for this one. Davian is saying Montague will win again. And come on, guys, let me see who do you believe is going to take this one. And if you're ready for the results, just type reveal in the chat and we'll go to the result, our prediction. Ovid, do you have anything you'd like to share here?
Yes, just want to encourage the persons to go out and vote as well. Remember, you have the power to choose who you want to lead you in this country. And, every vote counts, and we are just strongly encouraging you to go out there and exercise your right.
All right, fantastic. Chrissy, welcome. Chrissy is saying reveal and Bobby's going to win with ease. Um, Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Carton Camera, in the context of the local government election, but not all the seats are the electoral divisions they did well in. Similarly, not all the electoral divisions the JLP did well in. So we have a process here that we use, and the local government election does not necessarily determine general elections. When we look at the local government election results, we do not look at it to determine who is going to win. We look at it in the context of the vote. So we're getting a call. Let's just take this caller. You're live.
Yes, Western Hanover here.
Ah, welcome back. Happy to have you.
Yeah. Yes, I am the one using Chrissy's account, So I'm
Oh.
always here, I'm just not calling.
Okay, now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know. All right.
It's my need.
Okay.
But anyway, can you remind me the three weather vane seats again, please?
Which seat? For which one? For which constituency?
The three weather vane seats in Jamaica.
I don't know. You tell us. Tell us,
Oh,
caller.
Bobby Montague. Bobby Montague is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Where and Fly Green seat is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it is
South, probably South St. James, you meaning? Probably South St. James.
South St. James. That's the one I'm trying to remember. So those three seats. So with if people are considering Bobby to lose, it means that PNP wins the election.
You know, I didn't know that this was one of them. I know about Fried Green for sure. That's it. Southwest. I know it as Southwest and South St. James, but I didn't know about this one. So I learned something here tonight. So we'll see, no?
No, no, coming back to it, I am not so sure if it is Bobby's seat or it is Norman. I think it's Norman Dunn seat.
I think it's done. Yeah, I think
yes,
perhaps it's that one.
It's not because Bobby won in 2011 and JLP did not win in 2011.
Let me just look at the results here. 2011.
Yeah, man. Bobby Montague won his seat in 2011 and JLP
No,
lost the election.
he lost his seat in 2011. It was close.
Bobby Montague?
Yeah.
So it must that means it's Bobby Montague. This is the seat actually is the Weathervane seat then.
I don't know, but we will see. We'll see come next
No, I'm
week.
saying we are talking about past election, you know.
Yeah, I know for Southwest. I know for Southwest for sure, but and even South St.
Yes,
James, I'm not
everybody
too
knows.
sure. But Southwest for sure, I would say that with Southwest St.
And
Elizabeth.
it's St. James that and Derek Kelly seat. Yes, that Homer Davis seat now. That one is always in the winning column of for the government. So but Bobby, this is a foregone conclusion.
Okay, so
With Bobby Montague.
okay, you're calling this one for Bobby. All right.
Yeah, man, it's a foregone conclusion.
All right. All right.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
One quick thing here. There is a seat. Which parish are you going to next?
Perhaps St. Andrew for tomorrow.
Did you do St. Anna already?
Yeah, man, we do St. Anna, we do St. Catherine, we just have a few remaining. And I think we're going to do we're going to do Portland, St. Thomas, and Kingston together because they're not so big, but St. Andrew for sure. There, I think there's about 12 constituencies. So yeah, and we did St.
11,
Catherine 11 perhaps.
St. Catherine is 11. Yes.
We did St. Catherine already, so that was 11. We did that last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you then very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So yes, so we hear about those seats, right? I guess you have heard about that seat, Southwest. That seat that Southwest Saint Elizabeth.
Yeah, I heard about that one for sure.
Because
But I
I
didn't know that
remember
there were three. I didn't
I
know
didn't know
that there
about
were
the
two
tree.
from
I
early.
am kind of more certain about Southwest. I learned about South St. James, but I remember when Christopherton lost that seat, the JLP lost. So yeah, in Southwest. So we always figure, but I didn't know about the. I heard about South St. James. I haven't really looked into it in the context of the numbers, but good to hear about this one. All right, so let's just go in the chat here. And I'm seeing, let's see. Marlon is saying Woodbine is going to take this one. And let's keep going. We did St. Catherine already, so you guys can go back there and check. Delmar, welcome. Woodbine is going to win. And Davian is saying it's Bobby. And Woodbine there. All right, so let's go to the reveal. So our predicted winner here is for Robert Montague of the JLP. All right. And so again, this is just a prediction. Go out there and vote, vote. Guys, I am only seeing 10 likes on my end. So close the X at the top of the chat and hit the like button as we continue to grow stronger together. So welcome one, welcome all.
And I was thinking the same thing on my side. I was saying that probably might not working, but I'm seeing 10 likes as well. So guys, if you like what we're doing, if you really appreciate what we're doing, show us some support. We really, really appreciate if you could just close the chat for a moment, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time to do so. Help us to continue to grow and share this good word with you.
Fantastic. And if you're new here too, this is not a political platform. We have a process that we engage in the context of, determining the prediction. So welcome. And just to also let you know that we did not access the official list of nominated candidates. So as a result, we are using the information that is shared by the two main political parties, the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party, in the context of our predictions. Samsung, I believe that's Kiwi. Let us know. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're now over to St. Mary Central. And in the context of this constituency or seats, we have the following electoral divisions. So we have Port Maria, Amstead, Islington, Highgate. All right, and Norris, welcome. All right, yes, I big up to you. All right, Kiwi, most my Samsung that you know. All right, so in the context of the candidates here for St. Mary Central, all right, we have representing the Jamaica Labour Party, Nathaniel Maraj, and for the People's National Party, we have Omar Newell. Obviously, so I'm sending this over to you for the 2007 results.
So the 2007 results saw the PNP, capturing most of the electoral divisions, Islington, Port Maria, and Highgate, with a significant win in Highgate. So we're going to watch the Highgate division going forward, but a decent win with 1,000 plus, votes for the PNP. And let's see what happens going forward.
So, in the context of the 2011 results, we see a similar situation here. When we look at Highgate, it's another big gap there for the PNP. And, this time the JLP, they're just holding on to Hampstead, I believe, as usual. Is it that the case? Yes. And so, again, the PNP doing very well in all of those divisions. So, three out of the four to take the win here in 2011. Now over to 2016, Ovi, over to you.
Yes, and similar to the other two previous elections, the PNP dominating Highgate and doing well in Islington and Port Maria. And just to focus a little bit on Hampstead as well, despite not winning Hampstead, the PNP candidates over the year, well, Boris Guy, he has a good amount of votes coming through from Hampstead as well, so it keeps him afloat in terms of, balancing out the numbers at the end there. So if he's able to, or any party is able to get even the divisions that you lose, if you can get good amount of votes in those, then it makes the ones that you are doing well in, more meaningful in terms of the amount of votes that you will win by. So that's what happened there, and almost 2,000 vote win there for Maurice Guy again, and the consistency with him there paying off for the PNP.
All right, so we go to 2020. So in 2020, it was another win for the PNP, but this time, the JLP, they got Port Maria, albeit how close that was in the context of the numbers. And if we look at Islington, it was pretty close there as well. So a bit of a decline. Highgate number went down, but the PNP, they had that one and another win here for the PNP. Ovi, do you have any additions here?
Yeah, Highgate definitely pulling PNP through in the 2020 elections, but it is obvious that this seat is getting a little bit closer, and the PNP might be just losing, the focus in that seat, or it's a case where the JLP is surging in that seat.
All right, so thanks for sharing there. But the JLP, they went down. I'm just looking from their last vote there. So I guess both parties, they kind of declined in 2020. In the context of the percentages, we have 51.7% for the PNP and 48.3% for the JLP. So we hop over to the 2024 local government election results for this seat. We see where the JLP, the Hampstead is kind of like theirs. And, when we look Highgate, a pretty big win there. And we recognize from the results that Highgate and the significance of the win in the context of the gap is definitely a big factor if the PNP they're going to win the elections if the other divisions are very close. Ovi, do you have any additions here?
No additions for this one.
All right, so in the context of St. Mary Central, who can vote? So 28,806 people are eligible to vote next week. So, guys, we encourage you to go out and vote, vote, vote. All right, vote for your candidate of choice. That is definitely important. Now, to the big question, who will win? So we have two new candidates for the parties. We have Omar Newell for the PNP and Nathaniel Maraj for the Jamaica Labour Party. And I'm looking, Garmel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Garmel is saying Guy will retire. Well, I guess Guy is no longer there, so definitely undefeated. We have new candidates. And Norris is saying I guess you're talking about the seats are St. Elizabeth Southwest, Southeast, and St. Mary Western. I don't know about Southeast St. Elizabeth Norris, but thanks for sharing. And I'm learning about St. Mary, so thanks for sharing, guys. And good night to you, Garmel. And okay, the 2020 syndrome. All right. Delmar is saying Omar. Newell for the win. Caught on camera. Marlon is saying Mr. Newell. So the phone line is open, guys. So if you want to give us a quick call, less than 2 minutes, would love to hear from you. Davian is saying PNP will win this one, and that's the only seat. All right. And Delmar is saying Omar will win. All right, so we're not seeing any calls coming in. So if we go to the reveal, you can call us until we go to the final seat, all right? So if you're ready for the reveal, just type reveal in the chat and let's go. Guys, you're there. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together.
Just while we're waiting for the ready to come through, Delmar is saying that he has family there. Delmar has family there, and Omar will win. So, getting some feedback, I guess, from the constituency. And Davian is saying reveal.
All right, so we're predicting that Omar Newell is going to take this one for the People's National Party again. This is just a prediction. We encourage you to go out and vote next week for your candidate of choice. All right, so let's move on. We now turn to St. Mary Southeastern or Southeast St. Mary. All right, and in the context of this constituency or seat, we have the following electoral divisions. So we have Richmond, Belfield, Anatole Bay, and Castleton. All right in the context of our candidates representing this constituency, all right, we have Mr. Norman Dunn from the Jamaica Labour Party, and for the People's National Party, we have Mr. Christopher Brown. All right, so those are your candidates. Ovi, over to you.
All right, guys, just before we get into this one, please remember to like up this video, this live. We haven't reached 20 likes yet, guys, and we're thinking that we want the support. So remember, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and help us to continue to grow. So the election, the 2007 rather election, we saw where, we had a split in terms of the electoral divisions where Tarn Peralta for JLP won the Richmond and Castleton divisions, and Harry Douglas won Belfield and Nutter Bay. So a pretty close election when you look at the number of votes, and you will realize that this a seat is a very very competitive.
All right, so in the context of 2011, another competitive seat here. So Richmond and Castleton for the JLP, Belfield and Anata Bay for the PNP. We now recognize that within this constituency so far it's a split, but Anata Bay is definitely significant for the win. And that's the one the PNP has held on to. So from the 2007, now in 2011, and that has pretty much taken them, over the finish line first in the context of the votes. So now over to 2016 and back to you, Ovi.
All right, back to me, and as we observe similar trends with the divisions, and PNP still getting that oomph out of the Anotobe division there, and you can see with the numbers, this is split right down the middle, just like how the electoral divisions are 2-2. It's the votes are almost in the same. That just 5 votes separating the two parties, with the PNP getting the edge this time.
All right, so we go to 2020. So what we want you to observe here in 2011, right? We had Winston Green. Winston Green came back for the PNP in 2016, but with JLP Norman Dunn, the new candidate there. Then we had a change in candidate in 2020 for the PNP. So we want you to take note of that. And we look at, the results here. The JLP, they held on to their two that they would normally hold, Richmond and Castleton. They took over Belfield, albeit close, but Anata Bay was pretty close, but they still took it. And so we recognize that, there was definitely some work done in Anata Bay because Anata Bay are perhaps about the same in that context, similar, and so they were able to hold on to Anata Bay and winning this election quite convincingly, given the previous years that were pretty close. Ovi, over to you.
Yeah, and just want to highlight too the fact that the change in candidate for PNP, based on what we have done throughout these predictions, whenever there's a change in candidate, there tends to be a fall in the votes. So it's not general, but it is then definitely as something that we have seen on a couple of occasions, and this is what we are proposing here as well. Shane Alexis coming in, and the votes went down. But the JLP was also improving when it comes on to the over the years. So they took this one 2020, and let's see what happens going forward.
All right, so in the context of the percentages of the votes in 2020, we had the JLP getting 56.9% and the PNP 43.1%. All right, so in the context of the local government elections, we went there, and what was significant for us is that the JLP, they still held on to Anata Bay. All right, so that is significant because we recognize that with this constituency, Anata Bay is one that pushes the party over the line. And when we saw the losses for the JLP And even the win for the PNP with just 5 votes, it was this Anatomy division that pretty much did that. So that is significant to us in the context of this prediction. So we recognize that, the JLP, they held on to Castleton and Anatomy, and they would normally have Richmond and Castleton, but we see the PNP taking Richmond and Belleville and Castleton and Otter Bay, but we were pretty much zooming in on Otter Bay because that is definitely significant in the context of the general elections, not necessarily the local, but the general for us. Ovi, I don't know if you have any additions here.
Just want to say we could almost say who wins Another Bay wins the seat. So
Yeah,
it's kind of almost like that.
for sure. Thanks for
No
sharing
worries.
that. All right, so in the context of St. Mary Southeastern, who can vote? So we have 26,391 people who are eligible to vote. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, welcome. So now we need some phone calls on this one. Who will win? Will it be Christopher or will it be Norman? And I am seeing Davian is saying Mr. Dunn will take this one, and Marlon is saying Mr. Brown, so Brown for Brown. And Marlon is saying tight seat. All right, Marlon, we take it down a little bit, take it down a notch. And Davian is saying, okay, by only 3 votes. I'm not sure what that one is about. Delmar is saying Christopher will win. All right. And okay, 5. Yeah, Marlon is saying 3-0 to PNP. All right. David, I see you there. Julario, welcome, or Hulario. I think the PNP can still win depending on their swing history. For which one of the seats? Let us know, but PNP is still. All right, Delmara. Garmel is saying the JLP got less votes in Anatomy in 2020 compared to 2016. All right. Diana is saying Brown for the win. Robert is saying both parties got less vote in that division. So it's not just the JLP. Both parties trended down. All right. Renor, welcome, Mr. Dunn. Garmel is saying PMP will take this one. Who is going to give us a call? The WhatsApp number is pinned at the top of the chat there. Ovi, talk to us. The chat is getting, we're seeing Mr. Dunn, we're seeing Mr. Brown, and, the chat is going,
Yeah,
but we're not seeing any likes on for we side, Okay, then Dunn would
right.
be, or
So
then Brown or out.
I like the play on on the words for sure.
It's either they done with we or them brown or out.
All right. I'm just looking at the chat. I think I'm not sure if you mentioned Robert who said that he's just here, so he just reached. So
Welcome,
yeah,
Robert.
and I seen Kevin Campbell as well in the chat. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here with us. But yeah, we
Delmar, PNP got more seats for this constituency you're talking in local government? Let us know. That's a question from us. For this constituency? And remember with local government it's not about seats, it's about electoral divisions, all right? The divisions. So while we're sharing, we want you to understand the systems more. All right. So one deals with divisions, the local, but in the context of the constituencies and general, people vote. They tally the numbers based on the divisions. All right. Cotton Camera, Brown taking Richmond, Belfield, and Anatomy. Okay. National remains a question. I'll have to check that out. I don't even know. It depends on how you look at it. Put it that way. All right. Dunn will win this seat by 700 votes. Okay, so we're getting some totals there of in the context of how
yeah,
many votes.
person putting everything out there. And we like it, guys. Thank you for, keeping the chat buzzing. And I'm going to check and see if we're keeping the likes buzzing. Guys, we really would appreciate if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, close the chat, hit the like button, and just continue to support us. We really appreciate every like, every subscription, every share that we have, received. And if you're a silent supporter as well, we appreciate you. All the regulars, we definitely appreciate having you here. And seeing some more comments coming in. And yes, thank you guys for keeping the chat going. I'm going to take a look and see how we're doing for likes. So I'm coming back over to you a bit.
All right, fantastic. So, Cotton Camera, thanks for hitting the like button. Jabari, welcome. And Donna and Bobby we went through Bobby already, so we are done. We'll win their seats. Mirage can win Central, but Highgate will decide it. All right. And we did that one already to Jabari. Central is up for grabs. All right. Over it's going to be close. All right, Marlon, thanks for sharing there. Thanks for the good work. All right. Thank you too for appreciating. I'm wondering if that's for us, Scott and Camera. So we're saying thank you for appreciating, our work, if that's for us. All right. So guys, I'm not getting any calls. So if you're ready for the reveal, let us know. And then we'll just take a few general calls at the end. So if you're ready for the reveal, type reveal in the chat and we will go. All right. So, and Davian is saying Anova, not St. Mary. All right. So we'll see. And Garmel is saying, come on, guys, it's a shame. Like up the chat. Like it up, guys. I don't know. I don't know. People, I guess they like after they see the predictions. I guess that's it. But guys, if you know us, Garmel and others can tell you, we are not that type. And we have a process here, and that is something that we do before we come. We decided that we're going to engage in a process before we do these predictions. So we try to take away the feelings that each of us will bring to the table. And so we agree on some things first before we do this. All right. Kevin is saying reveal. Marlon is saying reveal. Raynor is saying reveal. And Joel, welcome. And Robert is saying, I like it here. You're not biased and hostile like some. That is not the place. We hear from both sides. If you're PNP, JLP, because we have to live together and we don't necessarily always going to appreciate the same thing, and that is totally okay, right? So definitely. All right, and Kingston, okay, Davian, sharing. All right, St. Mary's bigger than Anova. All right, so let's go to the prediction. So as you see the asterisk there, this one is going to be a close one. Well, based on our prediction, we are predicting that this is going to be a close one, but we have decided that we have to select. We're not coming here to tell you it's a toss up because somebody will have to win the seat. So we come to you with one voice, and that voice this evening is saying that the predicted winner is going to be Norman Dunn of the JLP. All right, so that's that for this St. Mary Southeastern. All right, so guys, again, this is just a prediction. It does not affect what the votes will be next week because this is a prediction, not the reality. The reality comes next week, and we will be here for that. So you can definitely join us live in the evening after the polls are closed. We will be here and we want to hear from you. All right, so let us laugh together, cry together. Say, boy, me telling the voices say so and so you not go winning on your seat, so and so, and I will say, yes, man, that is why it's just a prediction. No one knows for sure. But we want to hear all about it. And we'll use the information too to assess our process and to see if we have missed anything in the context of our processes, not just process, because sometimes these predictions cause us to go into a secondary process or a second process or another process. And so that is definitely something that we'll use to just, sharpen up in the context of future elections. And, if we're here, and we'll definitely be here. So I believe perhaps tomorrow we'll get St. Andrew, or perhaps we'll go to Portland, St. Thomas, and Kingston. But either way, you're getting something. And for sure, we're going to be done before the elections, and we'll have the massive breakdown, because we have just been sharing and we haven't tallied anything. So we'll have that big reveal in perhaps Monday night. I don't know. Are we looking at our Tuesday night just before the elections? All right. So again, thank you so much. So if you have any general comments, now is the time. All right, Delmar is saying we'll be here. We will all be here next week. All right, Kevin. All right, and we'll definitely see what happens for sure. If you're leaving, do not leave without hitting the like button. Let's get the likes up to 100 now, guys. Come on, man. And we can definitely take one or two general calls at this point. If you have anything you'd like to share generally about St. Mary, we can do that. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, for sure, guys. We would definitely love if you're here and you give us a like. We'd really be happy with that. And the more you like us, the more we feel like we come back next week too. Give us that motivation to come back next week by hitting the like button. We're about 18 away from 50, and we are over 100. So hit the like button and help us to continue to grow.
All right, so on that note, we're going to wrap this one up for this evening, and we want to say to you, love each other. The word is love. It doesn't matter if you're PNP, JLP, or no P. Love each other, and just show respect. That is definitely important, because at the end of the day, we're going to have an MP, a prime minister, and we're still Jamaicans. And that is why it's important for you to go and vote for who you want to be your next prime minister, and for who you want to be your next MP, and by extension your next prime minister, right? That is definitely important. So, on this note, we want to say to you, blessings and love, everyone. We're just going to play some music and, sign out of here. And we'll definitely see you tomorrow. So, ensure that you hit the subscription button. Ensure that you turn on your post notifications. So, tap the bell and select all, so that you do not miss any updates from this channel. Blessings and love, everyone. And we'll hold on. We're getting a caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, good
Good night. You almost missed it. Talk to us.
Okay, so I just want to make my prediction for the three seats.
Okay.
It's as I have the PNP winning Central
Mm-hmm.
because very strong area for the PNP, and I'm not seeing the JLP um, beating Omar Newell. And also in Western St. Mary, we
Right.
see last year where Bobby Montague has lost his divisions where the council is concerned. And given the fact that Omar Woodbine is a well-known businessman and has a lot of in employee rather in St. Mary's. So I think that should give him the edge over Bobby Montague. Over in Southeast St. Mary, no, that's the battleground seat.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Harvard has won that constituency three consecutive time, and Dr. Green come back won it two consecutive time. Dr. Norman done by election win in the last general election. But however,
this time around, I'm seeing where the interest of voters has picked up somewhat, and I'm seeing where there's a lot of people that can really question his candidacy as an MP. I think Chris Brown the hedge, Mary.
Okay. Are you from St. Mary?
Yes, I'm from Southeastern Mary.
Oh, you're from that constituency. Okay, okay, okay. And how is it there? Otherwise, in the context of the constituency, infrastructure, how are things there?
What I can say is that in Anata Bay, where the sport complex was upgraded by the MP, that's one thing I can say that he has done. And in recent times, we have seen where a lot of roadworks has been done with the leading up to the election. And I don't know if that is going to be sufficient enough because areas like Belfield, Casetan, Lois Tower, I've seen where persons is now saying that all the attention has been placed on Anata Bay. So with those areas, including Belfield, Enfield, those are the two community within the constituency that normally determine on the amount of votes who win the constituency.
Right,
And no
anatomy
longer
for
living.
sure. Yeah.
Say that again?
I was saying anatomy for sure.
Yes, man, indeed, indeed. I no longer lives in the constituency, but I do visit
Okay.
on a regular basis. But I think something St. Mary is going to be a close call. It's a battleground seat.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing and blessings and love, and ensure that you go and vote for your candidate of choice.
Indeed, I will. I will be the first one to open the polling station Wednesday morning.
All right, Carla, thanks. So I guess we need to have, I don't know if we can come out Wednesday morning and do like a morning thing to hear who vote already. And I don't know, we'll figure it out. Thanks for calling us. And remember to call us back at any time that you like. And we hope that you'll join us again.
Indeed.
All right, blessings and love. All right, guys. So it's always a nice feeling on this side when we hear from you, because it's not just our voice. It's not just, Ovi and I. It's really voices. So we really want to hear from all of you guys, and that is why we have this space, and that is why we encourage, and we're always saying, let's keep it real and respectful, because really, it doesn't matter. Call us and share your views. We want to hear from you because we learn from each other, and we're getting another call. Hello, caller, you're live.
Good night.
Good night. Talk to us.
Yes, man. We visit St. Mary regular on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby in step him lose Rakabesa. Him lose Rakabesa. Him have look a strong hole in um Gale. So basically my point, him lose whole heap of background. So Gale I will vote the most.
Okay.
For Christopher now. That's so Saint Mary. I think no one done. They don't like him up there.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like him up there. And in past recent time, them post a video of him not repairing a police station and a post office. So So the people they must shift from them. Me I tell you, real big shift.
Okay. And how about
And
Central here? You know anything about Central?
Central, Central man, Central a big PMP man.
Okay. Okay.
I think a weekend me I go up there still. Weekend
Okay.
me I go visit there still. So me I go tell them more on that.
Okay. So you're not gonna vote. You need to vote next week.
Yes man, Damian Crawford.
Oh, you're okay. You're in St. Catherine. Okay. Okay. You're in St. Catherine.
Right.
Okay. I get you. I get you. So, okay.
Yes man.
Thanks for
So
calling
people
us.
come vote.
Tell them again.
Come out, come vote, cause PMP will say war win.
All right. Go vote for your candidate of choice, people. All right. Thanks for calling and make sure you call us back, you know.
Yes man.
All right.
I'll
Blessings.
always be active.
All right. Thank you. Blessings and love. All right. So again, always a good feeling to hear your voice. And so we appreciate you guys sharing in the chat and calling us. Ovi, if you have anything you'd like to share, we had two callers before the wrap up.
Wow.
Ovi?
Hello, you hearing me?
Yeah, hearing you now.
Okay, I'm saying those time the callers were timely because they almost got the wrap up music, but really good to hear from them. It's nice to get some insights from in the constituency, and that's what I think good governance is all about. Where no matter where you live, you should see a little bit of changes in your neck of the woods so that you know that whoever is in charge of you, they are doing and they're trying, and they might not be able to fix all the roads all the time, but all the time the roads can be bad or you can't get water or whatever. So what we're encouraging you to do is just go out there and support the candidate that supports you best and that matches your choice, and get the votes out and running. Make sure you go out there to vote, because you might be in another place where you think your vote don't count, but when they tally up everything, your
We
vote
need
will
extra one,
definitely.
don't it? One.
Yes,
And then they make
yes,
the officer vote for you. One.
yes, man. So that is it. So just go out there and do your thing. And just like how we're asking you to close the chat and do your thing right here for us to show us that you like this program. This is where you are going to come for a little bit of updates every now and then, and to have some positive conversation as it relates to the election and other stuff. So guys, just like up the channel, make sure that you subscribe and stick and stay with us. Big Bang St. Andrew coming up, and we want you to be here with us whenever it's time to do the predictions for that parish.
All right, fantastic. So we're definitely going to wrap this one up. But I see Truth a Truth and Gavor, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Mr. Yee, welcome. All right, and welcome, guys. All right, so yes, guys, we encourage you to go out there and vote. Keep the love, keep the peace. It's not so serious, but remember, it's your democratic right, and you need to go out there and exercise that right to vote and vote for your candidate of choice. So, whatever the reason is that you're voting for your candidate, vote for your candidate, and come back here and let's reason together. All right, next week, election night, the results will be coming in. The WhatsApp line will be open, and you'll be calling, we'll be listening. We want to hear from you guys. So we'll journey to either Saint Andrew or the other three parishes there. Not big parishes in the context of the constituencies. So we have Portland with two, St. Thomas with two. So we'll perhaps figure it out. Hello, Rohan. Welcome, welcome, family, family. What we say? And we say family. And we can't sing it, but I don't know. We have to pull up on that one because we see you in a run. Definitely. So, guys, we're wrapping up this one. So, if you're just tuning in, once we close, you just go back to the front of the video and, just watch what we said in the context of the predictions. And again, we ask that you share, tell a friend, tell a family member, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. So, blessings and love, everyone. We're going to go to some music and we're going to sign out of this one. All right, keep the peace. And remember, with Christ in the vessel, you can definitely smile at the storm. Ovi, thank you so much for your usual support. And
Blessing,
guys,
blessing, blessing.
we'll definitely see you in the next one. So over to some music.